so fine. Hell on hell of a blows my mind. Hell of a lights my day.
What's good, guys? Today is Monday, August the 16th, 2021. This story is coming out of San Antonio, Texas. Came out yesterday via KSAT in an article by Cody King, Dylan Collier, and John Paul Barajas. Families plead for justice after 3 killed in shooting at Eastside Sports Bar. And I want to thank Marie722 for sending me this. There's a video and I will play it at the end. 3 people are dead and 2 others are in critical condition after an overnight shooting at an Eastside Sports Bar, according to San Antonio police. The shooting happened around 3:23 a.m. Sunday, after hours at the Boom Boom Sports Bar in the 1600 block of South New Braunfels Avenue near I-10. Police said a fight started inside of the bar between 2 people before it spilled into the parking lot. A man then went to his car, pulled a long gun, and started shooting rounds in the air, striking 5 people, 2 women, 3 men, on the way back to the bar, according to SAPD Chief William McManus. 2 people were pronounced dead at the scene, 1 died in the hospital, and 2 others are in critical condition at the Brooke Army Medical Center. Mauro Rodriguez, 26, and April Rodriguez, 32, were identified by family members as 2 of the victims of the shooting. Now, my daughter, she doesn't have her dad, and I'm going to have to tell her that later on, and I don't know how. That was the love of my life. We've been together for almost 7 years, said Erika CANDELA. CANDELA now has to raise her 3-year-old daughter alone. Her young girl not only lost her father, Mauro, in the shooting, but her auntie, April, as well. I'm going to make sure that Mauro and April get justice, said CANDELA. The 3rd victim of this shooting was identified as Dan Martinez, 28. His father said his son was in the wrong place at the wrong time when the incident happened. My son just tried to break it up, and he didn't know anybody, and somebody just started shooting, said Dan's father. The suspect is still at large, and Dan's sister said she is urging anyone else with more information to get in touch with law enforcement. If you know something, please, because my brother lost his life. Not only my brother, 2 other people. We just want justice for our family. If this was your family member, you would want it too, said Danielle Martinez. The investigation continues, and we'll bring more details as they become available. Now, the video that I'm going to show essentially says the same thing. However, I always want to see places, people. I want to see all that stuff because it helps me to visualize what's going on. So I'm going to go ahead and catch the video.
A bar fight ends with gunfire. That shooting at the Boom Boom Sports Bar of South New Braunfels, claiming multiple lives just past 3 this morning.
Yeah, police tell us they are still searching for the responsible person for taking those lives. The night team's John Paul Barajas spoke with family members of those who were killed today.
A hospital. It all happened at the Boom Boom Sports Bar on the city's east side.
Now my daughter, she doesn't have her dad, and I'm gonna have to tell her that later on, and I don't know how. And that was the love of my life. We've been together for almost 7 years.
Erika CANDELA now has to raise her 3-year-old daughter alone. Her baby girl not just losing a father in the shooting, but an aunt as well.
I'm gonna make sure that Mauro and April get justice.
Police say the shooting happened at 3:23 in the morning because of a fight between...
My son just tried to break it up, and he didn't know anybody. And then somebody just started shooting, and he got caught, shot in the head.
Dan Martinez says his son was rushed to the hospital but did not survive. His only son gone at the age of 28. And with police still looking for a suspect, all families involved have the same plea.
If you know something, please, because my brother lost his life. Not only my brother, 2 other people. I know it's a brother and a sister as well that they lost their life. And we just want justice for our family. If this was your family member, you would want it too.
And the families we spoke to have already set up a memorial here outside the bar. They've got crosses up for the 3 people who lost their lives. And then over here, they've set up flowers and candles. And some of these candles even have personalized messages on them. This one saying, "I love you, Mom. Rest in peace." Now, as for police, they are still investigating. They have not released a description of the suspect, but they did say that it was a male. John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
So this quote really stood out to me. We want justice for our family. If this was your family member, you would want it too. That was from Danielle Martinez. And her brother was the one that was simply breaking up a fight. I mean, it's so bad that you can't even break up a fight anymore. You just got to let people fight it out. That's sad. And her quote specifically, I'm sure there are a lot of people that listen to videos or news stories and they think, who really cares? This doesn't apply to me. I don't care. I could care less, blah, blah, blah. But, see, that's the problem. If everybody thought that way, what would ever get done? It bothers me because you never know whose family is next. You never know. So while you may be saying it doesn't apply to me now, what about next week? What about the week after? It's not my son. Who cares? Well, you will be caring if it does happen to your son. And then you will want support, encouragement, prayers, justice. And see, I have such a compassion for people that these stories bother me. And sometimes I just have to disconnect. But I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing. And mind you, there's somebody that did this crime. And they're walking the streets amongst you all. So it's really in your best interest to care about stuff like this. Because you never know when you're going to cross their path. So when I hear people say stuff like that, and I do, it bothers me. Doesn't apply to me. I'll just turn the TV off. I don't care. Well, when it happens to your child, what will you be saying then? So if I can do a video and somebody shares that video, you never know where it's going to go. It may end up to the right people. And I can tell you, I've had this happen many times where the families of victims that I have covered in a video have posted and said, oh my goodness, thank you so much for doing this video. Even if the crime was solved, even if it was just a horrendous crime and I did a video on it, the family's like, thank you so much for doing that video on my family member. We really appreciate it. It's a way to honor them. Like, we didn't forget you. We know what happened to you, and we just want to, pay respect. And that's what I do. So if all I can do is make a video and speak about it, and that gets in the right hands, I'll take that chance. And I'll continue doing what I'm doing. So I just wanted to cover this story. It's a sad one. Two people from the same family. An innocent bystander simply trying to break up a fight. It's sad. It's sad. Kids' lives are affected. It bothers me tremendously. But again, I want to thank Marie722 for sending me these stories because she didn't have to do that. She does it out of the kindness of her heart. So I really appreciate her tremendously. So thanks for watching and hope everybody has a great day.